Well, we're obviously going to have to do a little tweaking with the lighting here. A lot of work to do. Coming to you from the brand new Christian Whistleblower, new cosmic knowledge Western bunker. And we are located in a secret location deep in the heart of flyover country. And you can see that we're going to have the green screen set up. Obviously, the lighting is not quite right, but I did want to jump on and do a video from the new bunker. And I hope the sound is okay. I didn't even get a chance to really check how the sound was, but it looks like at least we're there. We haven't got the new board yet. Still waiting for the funds, to be frank with you, but we know that'll be taken care of sooner rather than later, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of that, I just finished doing a whole bunch of Mistech orders. So if you have placed a Mistech order between the time that Halo was on the show first and now, and remember, I lost all the first ones, but if you placed your Mistech orders in yesterday, I have it in the Mistech book, and I have your order down. Some of you have received an email from me that says, hey, I need an email, I need a mailing address, I need what colors you want, I need what sizes you want. And every one of you has been sent the information on how to go ahead and pay for your product so you can get it. And I'm going to go through this real quickly because I need to go through this real quickly. And sorry to put you through this if you don't like it, but that's okay. We're all family here. We're trying to help each other and I've got some great ideas that we're going to be doing this next year, and they're going to blow your mind. So Mistech, and what Mistech is these bracelets that you always see me wearing, and I don't wear them just because I think they're cool. I wear them because they restore my body to the Schumann resonance, and some of them are specially crafted, like this one I have here for serotonin, to do specific things for you. So they don't make you more spiritual, but they put you into an environment that allows you to maximize your spirituality. We have a very hyper dog here. Dog wouldn't sleep past 3:30 in the morning, and everyone knows how fun it is to be awakened by a yelping German Shepherd. And put a couple of #1 pinks, of course, it's a girl dog, onto her kennel, and for 2 nights in a row, the dog has slept through the night. The dog was very, very rambunctious. It's a puppy, a year old. I put again, a pink, of course, level 1 on the dog's collar, kind of wove it in around the dog's collar. It's like a different dog. I think we may need to move her to a Silver Lightning at some point, but it's been tremendously effective. And so anyway, if you have dogs or if you just have husbands that you need help with, just come to my, you can click, there's a website link right on the front of the YouTube channel. So come over here, you see home, you see Mistech. Click on Mistech, and it's going to take you over here to the follow these simple steps. You simply come over here, click on your Mistech logo, and this will send you to the Mistech website. So you just look through at all of the different products. A lot of people are buying a lot of these great new products. These hexagon necklaces are very, very popular. You decide which one you want. For example, take note of this. It's $100 for the 432 hex coin necklace. Rose quartz, okay. And then you go ahead and you go back to jeffreydaugherty.com. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the only time that Plastic Jesus is ever going to do anything for you. Plastic Jesus will, if you click on his picture, save you 20% on your Mistech order. Simply go in here, and it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that you input your order information, put in your name, put in your email, and then down here, you've got to put in your mailing address. You have to put in what products you want, what size, what color. And if you like, you can be proactive. Remember how that necklace was $100? Well, you know you're getting a 20% discount. You can go right ahead if you want and go to the donate button right there and just send in that $80. And it will be completely seamless for you. If you don't want to do the math, or if you want me to do it for you, simply go ahead and send me your information. I will get your information, and then I will go and send you a invoice to PayPal, or what I'll do, actually send you an email that says, okay, your price is right. Go to the site and go to the donate button and make your payment there. That way it's much simpler, it's much easier, and it's much faster. So here's the donate button. You simply click on the donate button. That's going to take you to my PayPal. And when you go to my PayPal, it'll simply tell you, what do you want to do it for? This is for New Cosmic Knowledge. I'll probably change that to, well, I can't change it to Mystic. If you want to do a monthly donation, you can. Click next when you put your money in, and it'll allow you to put in a note. And that's a good place to put in your information again, just to double check. So if I've sent you a message that says, okay, go to Jeffrey Daugherty donate button, well, now you know exactly what we want you to do, and that will complete your order. So just go to the donate now button, do what you just saw, and it's very, very simple, very, very easy. So if you've made an order since the show yesterday, and about 25 of you have, I know, because it's just me. We've done it for you. And ooh, does Jeff have a new chair? Is that a new chair? Ooh, has it got like a lumbar? Oh, that's a nice chair. It's not red, but boy, it's just every bit of a Captain Kirk. I feel like, is that all you can muster, mister? Good stuff. So we're doing good. We're rocking and rolling, but we're now going to move into something that's even more important than Mystic. What's more important than being optimized? I don't know, but this might be more important because we're going to move into our subject matter. And I haven't even looked at the chat room because I know somebody's saying he's selling this, he's selling that, and well, you know what? I don't care anyway. But here we go. Let's talk about the subject matter. And if you could see the new bunker studio, you see the green screen, that's going to be nice. I'll be anywhere I want. To my right, I have the big, wonderful whiteboard of ideas. And on the whiteboard of ideas, I have Flat Earth, Mandela Effect, Stockholm Syndrome, and Prison Planet. What in the world am I talking about? Well, as so often happens, ladies and gentlemen, I got I don't know if it was an email or if it was a comment on the channel. I'm thinking that it might have been an email. Let me just double check and see. I don't know. I think it might have been an email, but they were talking to me about, and I can't remember who it was. I feel really badly that I can't remember who it was, but they were talking to me about, Jeff, what about the flat earth? And what about these certain connections? And I thought, whoa, this person is on to something. And I'm trying to see if it was a comment. I think it was probably a comment. I wanted to read it and give this person full credit. I know they don't really care, but if I can find it real quickly, I will and let you know. But the things that were brought forth in deep, this is powerful. This is amazing. And somebody sent in today, this is by far my favorite channel. I just found it the other day. So nice to hear things like that from folks. And I don't think there's anything in here that you can't see. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like when you send me comments, when you put a comment on the page, you got to know I see every single one of them, ladies and gentlemen. And I go through them all. I go through them all, every single one of them. So they're all right here. So don't think that you're going to sneak anything past me, because I check them. And right now, by far, this is by far my new favorite channel. Thank you so much for that. And I don't think I'm going to be able to find that right away, but just so you know, we do find them all and we do look at them all. But this was so powerful, and I wish I could remember exactly where I got it. But anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it, because they made some tremendously powerful connections that, frankly, I don't think enough about the flat earth to have made these connections. And I don't think enough about these things that they're talking about to have made these connections. And I guess you could say, I just flat out don't think enough, because I came to some amazing stuff and it was powerful, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm very, very happy to have seen this. And it was just a great comment. So here's the idea. We know that people that believe in the flat earth, and that is a painted green screen. It's going to be very, very awesome. Oh, was that you, Margriette, that sent that? Whoever it was, awesome. Nice to see all of you pouring into the chat room. So the flat earth. People that believe in flat earth theory. And you know what? Generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, well, I can't say generally speaking. Let me say that I know a lot of people that are very, very smart. And there's a couple of them that are great subscribers to this channel. A couple of people that are very, very smart that believe in the flat earth theory. They're not head cases. They're not loons. They very, very powerfully believe, love all of you as well. Happy to see all of you. They believe in the flat earth. And I do want to speak favor over everyone's life that's listening to this channel right now. I stole that right from Wayne, but I do speak favor upon everyone's life. And we kind of have to let the flat earth comments go today. Try not to be stupid about it, or try not to be unsophisticated about it. Try not to be accusatory or talking down to people. It's Mark Center saying. So the people, there's a lot of smart people that believe in the flat earth. A lot of people say it's a psyop. A lot of people say it's for dummies. Well, there is a lot of smart people. There are a lot of smart people that believe in the flat earth. And I began to ponder this, the flat earth and the Mandela effect. What if there are people that in their timeline, in their reality in which they live and move and have their being, what if it's a parallel reality? And in their reality, ladies and gentlemen, the flat earth is not a theory. The globe earth is a theory. If you remember the old series Fringe, where I loved it when they'd go to the other world and the Statue of Liberty was still polished copper. They didn't let it go green. And it was just as real to those people as, that's right, like Mark Centerstein says, who does have the wrench, no mocking. Let's discuss, let's educate, and let's uplift. Catherine Emma says the sun and moon seem closer than they say. And that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Billy McNally, for the coast to coast comment. Richie from Boston, who a lot of people don't like. I don't even know him, but I'd love to have him on the channel. I like his content. You know, he did that famous thing where he took his camera, and I got a great new camera that I'm getting ready to set up. He took his camera and he focused on a building that was, 3, 4, 5 miles away, couldn't focus on the building, but then he used that same camera focused perfectly on the moon, on the craters of the moon. I did live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. That's where I pastored my first church. Maybe you saw me sweating and anointed. I wonder, does that mean that the moon is much, much closer than we think it is? Now, it also could mean that the atmosphere acts as a magnifying glass and the moon looks like it's much, much closer than it is. So there could be a lot of explanations, but we need to find a place where, and let's face it, folks, if you're in a room with people that listen to MSN, CNN, Fox News, and you're there with those people or a flat earth person, you're going to have much more in common with the flat earth person, ladies and gentlemen, than you are with the common mind-numbed automaton that walks this earth and this planet today. So I'm all for fellowship and understanding. I'm all for diversity amidst unity. We don't have to believe everything the same to be in fellowship with one another and to help each other out. So is it possible? Is it possible, Catherine Marsh? That's interesting. Interesting. No, I lost my thought. I got to quit watching the chat room, but I never will. So not even worth saying that. But could there be some people that are Mandela affected that believe it's a flat earth, are certain it's a flat earth, are sure, ladies and gentlemen, that it is a flat Earth. Is that possible? Well, I think it is possible. I think it is it could be. It could be. And the other thing I think about is the flat Earth and the idea of the prison planet, the idea of the Stockholm syndrome. And before I get into that, let me share a very interesting thought that has been brought to me by some very smart people that are experiencing what I call micro Mandela effects. And that's top of the list on the great whiteboard of ideas here in the new Christian Whistleblower, New Cosmic Knowledge Western Bunker, secret location deep in the heart of flyover country. We're under the radar, but we're over the top, ladies and gentlemen. And they're talking about micro Mandela effects. I'll have to tell you, these two are people that used to be Christians. They study the Bible very, very diligently. I've actually seen the said Bibles that this supposedly happened in. And then someone says it could be a Mandela effect for globe believers. It could. My reality, it's round AF, ladies and gentlemen. So it could go both ways. But just on, was it Monday? I was on the Power Hour national radio program talking about the Mandela effect. Last night I was on Beyond Reality, about 100 terrestrial radio stations. We briefly touched on the Mandela effect, and the rods say that the Earth is not flat. That's true. The odds say the Earth is round, but anyway, that's the rods. And I don't know where the rods went as I moved into the new Western headquarters, but at any rate, I knew I would do it. I'm as bad as Rex. I'm just all over the place, forgetting where I was going. Where was I going to? What was I talking about? Oh, micro Mandela effects. These two saw in the Bible, in the book of Luke, you read where it says, there will be two men in a bed. One will be taken, the other will be left. And they swore, ladies and gentlemen, that in these two Bibles I got shown, that it used to say right after that, there two women will be grinding. One will be taken and another will be left. Now it says grinding at the mill. I always remember it saying grinding at the mill. Two men will be in a bed, one taken, another left. Two women grinding at the mill, or grinding flour, and depending upon your translation, one taken, the other left. But these two swear, and these are two highly educated, very lucid, very smart individuals. They swear that Bible, these two Bibles they looked at, and they showed them to me, used to say two men in a bed, one taken, one left, two women grinding, one taken, one left. A couple of interesting things. There's obviously the same-sex eroticism, but there's also, now it's gone back to two women grinding at the mill. So very, very interesting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Are there micro Mandela effects taking place? And if there's micro Mandela effects taking place, there could be Mandela effects that are causing you people to think it's flat. And you can say, oh, Jeff, there's Mandela effects causing you people to think that it's round. Well, that's possible. But let me throw this out at you, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not, well, if I move back a little bit, it makes it a little bit better, the light. I probably have to bounce the light off the ceiling to make it look right for the colors. I got a big open window here. I'm getting a blackout curtain for that. That's messing things up too. But anyway, what about this? I think about this, and I think about the idea of the prison planet. The powers that be want us to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we're in a prison planet. The powers that be, the MFers, the money funders, they want us to believe that we are in a prison planet. They want us to believe we're trapped. They want us to believe we can't get out. They want us to believe that they've got us right where they want us. Yeah, it really did say, they say two men in a bed, one taken, one left. Luke doesn't say any more two women grinding. It says two women grinding at the mill. Of course, two women grinding at a mill and two women grinding, especially followed by a verse that said two men in a bed, one taken, another left. That gives you a whole different implication. But at any rate, they want us to believe that it's a prison planet. They want us to believe that we're trapped here. And follow me for a minute, flat earth devotees. If I think, or if I've been made to believe or made to understand that the earth is flat and that it's covered with a dome through which we can't get out of, and let's please try to stay on topic here, ladies and gentlemen, a dome that we can't get through, a dome that we cannot get out of, doesn't that in some way go to support the notion of a prison planet? If you think you're on a flat plane surrounded by a wall, covered by a impenetrable dome, doesn't that at least subconsciously, within the psychology of normal human beings in this 3D world, doesn't that make them think, oh, I'm trapped under a dome. We can't get out of it. It's one thing for you to think they're lying to us about the moon. They're lying to us about NASA. We can't get up there because we can't pass the Van Allen belts. We can't get past the firmament. That's one thing, ladies and gentlemen. But what if that mindset is being perpetrated, promulgated to convince you, to help convince you that you're trapped under an impenetrable dome? You're on a prison planet. Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds exactly like a prison planet. If I'm trapped in an enclosure, which, by the way, the rat bastard said that he put man in an enclosure after he trapped us into these mud hut bodies. Are we trapped in a snow globe, as Charlie Bear says? I don't like the imagery. I don't like the implications. I don't like the idea of this being told to us, this being sold to us, that we're inside an impenetrable enclosure. And ladies and gentlemen, that is flat earth theory. If the flat earth period, Dwayne Copeland says spacecraft can go in and out of the dome. Dwayne, you're the first person I've ever heard say that. Because typically, if you're a flat earther, you don't believe we can go through the dome. But here's one that says we can go through the dome. Alan Lambert says if that's the case, that would suggest that every space mission was a farce. Yes, it would. GPS conspiracy. Oh, that's all done with towers. Although I have to say, I've seen somebody sync up a satellite dish to pick up internet out in the middle of the desert, and cousin, there weren't any towers. But that's another story. That's another story. So if we are taught, if we are convinced that we're in an enclosure from which we can't escape, does that not help foster a prison planet mindset? And does that not help perpetuate a Stockholm syndrome idea within us? We're stuck in this trap. And folks, wait till you hear what I bring to you about Suspicious Minds, Elvis Presley. Whoo, that's going to be something else. Now, to be fair, flat earthers do believe, generally speaking, that they can penetrate the dome spiritually. I don't know, cousins. I don't know, cousins. I don't know, cousins. I understand there's a lot of belief in the flat earth theory. And I'm asking, could it be related to the Mandela effect? Could people be living in different timelines? Could they be living in even different perception loops? I'm convinced, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just pick Mark Center Saint because he's pretty open about his beliefs. I'm convinced that they put Mark Center Saint and I in a rocket and blasted us up. And let's just say you could get high enough to look down and observe whether there is curvature or whether there's not curvature. I think it's possible that Mark Center Saint could be up there, look down and see it's flat. And I could be up there right next to him looking down saying, see, it's round. It could well be, as David Icke discusses, it could well be a perception deception. And at the end of the day, we're almost positive this is a simulation. And if it is a simulation, is it flat? No, not really. If this is a simulation, is it round? No, not really. So if we believe that this earth is a simulation, and we believe that we're living in a fear and guilt mind control matrix, then why in the world are we arguing about the shape of the illusion? Why in the world will people get into almost literal fistfights in these chat rooms about the shape of the simulation? It seems rather silly when you think about it. I'm not going to be friends with him. He thinks the earth is flat. I'm not going to be friends with her. She thinks the earth is round. Pisces 69 ultimately doesn't matter. Will that change our evolution? Pisces 69 does not think so. I think that we are too worried about what we think. I know that we're too worried about what we think we know. And as my friend Scotty Roberts, who I'll be joined with by tonight at 9 p.m. Central Time, and now that I am deep in the heart of flyover country, I say Central Time and let y'all figure out the rest. But at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, we'll be coming at you with the consequential rapscallions. And Scotty says the more shit he knows, the more he realizes he doesn't know shit. And I hate to say that word. I don't really like it, but there you go. Tracy Dyer, maybe the smartest person in this chat room, including the host, says that she's pretty sure it doesn't freaking matter if it's a flat or S globe. I think she meant a globe. Interesting, ladies and gentlemen. But I know one of those thoughts does tend to really enforce and instill and strengthen the prison planet Stockholm syndrome type of matrix syndrome. So here I am arguing again for a shape. See, that's me. I'm not arguing for the shape of the matrix. I'm not arguing for a shape of the simulation. I don't care what it is, but I am saying that why allow yourself to be married to a belief that makes it appear like you're in a prison? Why allow yourself to be married to a belief that makes you think that you're in a trap? Why perpetuate? Why insist as a plank of your platform? Why insist as a unbreakable doctrine? Why insist upon you can't be a real truther if you don't believe the earth is flat? When out of the other side of your mouth, you're going to say it's a simulation, and does it really matter? Could it be a Mandela effect? Could it be a perception deception? Could it be a different loops of perception? Could it be that we're experiencing even micro Mandela effects? All I know is that one of those things, and adherence to one of those things, can enforce the illusion that we're in a prison planet. And if it's all an illusion anyway, what the hell is Dubé doing? If we know it's an illusion, why are we wasting all this time and all this energy. Let's get on to something less speculative, and let's get on to something that is more serving to something other than our egos. And, we know it's an us versus them paradigm. And then we've allowed the powers that be to come into the truth movement, the alternative information movement, and we've allowed them to divide and conquer us. Tan Hot Group, who's saying exactly what I'm saying, we've allowed them to march in here, create a duality, create a us versus them within the truth movement over the shape of the earth, which we all believe is a simulation anyway. Shame on us. Shame on us. We are being rather unsophisticated, don't you think? And I wonder how many of you have been unsophisticated in the chat room today. Hopefully, none of you, but I didn't keep a very close eye on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some great stuff coming up. Take Me to Your Leader, Pax Romana, Suspicious Minds, Solomon's Temple. Remember, it was Solomon's Temple. Free and Make the Slaves. And I've got some crazy ideas about reaching out of our echo chamber and getting our ideas to a larger audience. You ever thought about reaching people that don't listen to YouTube? You ever thought about reaching people that don't watch Ancient Aliens? You ever thought about reaching people that don't listen to Coast to Coast? I'm thinking about that. How do we get our message out to an audience that would never turn on one of our YouTube channels? They don't care who has David Icke on their channel, they're not going to watch. How do we drop a little seed, a little truth bomb into those people's minds? I've got some ideas. And I might need a little help, and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you. Tonight, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, The Consequential Rapscallions with my great friend, Scotty Roberts. I've been on Rocky Stucci's Situation Room, the Power Hour, Beyond Midnight this week. You can catch those. Those were great interviews. We've got some interviews coming up. And I remain confident that we're going to have David Icke on this channel. And we will get back to, probably today, the great David Icke book, Everything You Need to Know, but have not been told. We've been going through that and breaking out the incredible, teaching there. We're going to continue to do that. I'll get the lighting dialed in. I'll get the green screen working so it can be really super cool and super fun. Interesting stuff still going on in the chat room. And I do appreciate it. And Jenny Ward, I think I just saw her name somewhere. The majority of people I know, says Jenny, have no clue about any of these ideas. How do we give them a clue? I'm not giving them a clue and making them think, oh, so when the false flag, alien invasion, return to plastic Jesus, take me to your leader does happen, to give them just a little hint of saying, what was that billboard I saw? What was that crazy newspaper article? What was that silly radio ad that I heard about beware alien Jesus? Ooh, maybe I should think twice, but that's another thing to talk about for another day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Does Icke's book have new material, or is it a rehash of Perception Deception? Well, even if it were a rehash of Perception Deception, it would be a great read. But let me allow you to answer your own question. This book is over 700 pages long. How long was Perception Deception? Answer your own question. Lots of original material. And it's not unlike the book of Revelation and the writings of the Apostle John. Did I just compare David Icke to the Apostle John? Well, I guess I kind of did in this regard. Apostle John wrote the final message of the last apostle. Well, I wrote the book named that, but he wrote the real final message of the last apostle with 70 years of perspective that no one else had. He was the last guy alive to be able to write a panoramic view of what happened in the first century. David Icke was the first guy on the first boots on the ground of doing what we do. We wouldn't be here doing what we do if David Icke didn't do what he did. He is the unquestioned grandfather of the truth movement. And now here he is. What? I think he's 66. He's here 35, 36, 40 years later. Not unlike the Apostle John, giving us a panoramic view that really only he can give us of what it was like from start to finish, from soup to nuts. So no, it's not just a rehash. It's a great book. And what else are you doing that's so important? I'm just wondering. Read the book. You need to read the book. It's a powerful, powerful read, and we're going to continue to talk to you out of that book because we want to get you enlightened. We want you to stop being unsophisticated. We want you to become unindoctrinated, but we really want you to unindoctrinate yourself. So guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru. We are the last generation of real humans. We need to get busy, and we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue, easy for me to say, we're going to continue to keep coming to you from deep in the heart of flyover country. We'll continue to be under the radar and over the top. I promise you that. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, encouraging you to do the inside job and to, ladies and gentlemen, unindoctrinate yourself. So cousins, let's get busy getting busy.